Hi, I'm Abby O'Keefe, transition age parent educator for Kentucky Spin. Today, I wanted to quickly share with you a new resource we've created that you just might want to check out. But before I show you the resource, let's talk about a vocabulary word you might need: self advocacy. I bet you know what it means, but a good refresher never hurt. Self advocacy is the term we use when we talk about speaking up for ourselves. For example, this morning when I told my family that the house was too cold and I needed it warmer, I was speaking up for my needs because when it gets too cold, my hands don't work as well. Self advocacy could be something simple, like my cold house example, or something bigger, like asking for accommodations at work or school, or speaking about what you need to be successful. So, on to the worksheet. When we designed this worksheet, we designed it to help identify the needs you might have in a job. But the reality is, you can replace the word employee with student or volunteer or really anything. The reason why is because to be successful at self advocation, you need to understand what is unique about you. Once you understand who you are, then it's a whole lot easier to teach others how great you are. This worksheet is just a start on exploring you, but it's a great place to begin. Let's take a quick look. We've broken this worksheet down into 5 categories: supports, which are things you need to complete a job; learning styles, and I'll discuss that a little bit more later, but it's the way you learn new tasks; environment, this is a working environment. Do you need quiet, or maybe the sound of conversation is comforting? Needs, these are the things you cannot do without. Maybe you need a quiet room, or maybe you need a desk that can be elevated to accommodate a chair. And finally, the have high expectations. Here's where you can really shine. If you wanted to tell someone exactly what you are capable of doing, tell them here. So now that we've gone over what's in the worksheet, who's ready to fill one out with me? Let's start with supports. What kind of things do you need to help you accomplish day-to-day tasks? When my daughter and I created this worksheet, she's the one who requested headphones, a calculator, and checklists. She thinks that a checklist helps her stay on task. But you might have some other supports. What about having a support peer or a mentor as a safe person to ask for help? Or a detailed schedule so you can know exactly how long a particular assignment should take. So now that we've discussed our supports, let's talk about our learning styles. Everyone learns differently, but we all learn. How I learn is different from how my kids learn, and how they learn is probably different than how you learn. So I'm going to take a moment to describe the 4 different types of learning styles, and you can think about which one you might be. First, we have visual learners. Those are the learners that learn new tasks by seeing them. They either see them performed on videos or in person. Next, you have auditory learners. These are people who learn by listening or speaking things. We have read write learners. They are the people who learn by reading books or taking notes. And then finally, we have kinesthetic learners. These are people who learn with movement. So perhaps learning to count by jumping rope, or trying to remember an important historical event by performing a play. I'm a read write learner. So I'm going to type it in right here. What are you going to type in the worksheet? Think about what your learning style is and you add it right here. So now we're going to jump down to environment. As I already told you, I like a warm environment and I like it to be quiet. So I'm going to type those here on the worksheet. What kind of environment do you like? Do you like soft lights or lots of bright windows? Or would you prefer lots of colors and pictures and decorations? Or do you prefer something plain? When you think about what you want, go ahead and type it into your worksheet. The next section in our worksheet is needs. This is the area where you can type in all the things that you really must have to be successful. For instance, if you are an auditory learner, you probably need reader technology to read books and information out loud. If you have trouble with handwriting, you could ask for a voice to text device. Think about the things that you use daily that you really need to be successful and put them here. I'm going to type mine in. I like to have a special desk chair and voice to text software. And here we are. We've saved the best section for last. Expectations are what you think is going to happen. If I have high expectations for my favorite soccer team, then that means I think they're good enough to win a lot of games. But we can all have high expectations for ourselves, and we can ask others to have high expectations for us. When my daughter filled this out, she wrote, "I want to learn. So if I do something wrong, show me how to do it right and let me try again." She was asking people to believe that she can do anything. And you know what? She really can. She just needs to have someone have those expectations. So this is what I think I'm going to put. I'm going to put, I can do any job I want to. And with my needs met, I will. What can I do with all my needs being met? I can blow them away. What are you going to put? So now that you've filled out your worksheet, you have learned to think about your needs and your supports. You have thought about the environments you prefer and the style in which you learn. So the question now is, now what? What do you do with this worksheet is up to you. Keep it around, look at it every so often, add to it, update it, because the more you think about it, the more you will be able to advocate for yourself. You are never, ever required to share your disability with anyone. You are also never required to share any of this information on this worksheet with your employers or teachers. But if you are comfortable doing so, you might find that your employer or your teacher will understand you a little bit more, and they'll be able to help you be successful. And that's how advocacy works. So I hope that you will come visit us at www.kyspin.com and sign up for our newsletter so you can find out about all the new videos and worksheets and webinars that we are continuously creating to help you be a success. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye.